we could be. Yeah. Oh, what a hopeless place that we're in. But I'm your liability.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Faith, the Course Divine Faith Tarot and Cancers. This is going to be your energy reading for the month of September. Now, this can resonate for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or if you are a life path number 2 or 7, then this reading can resonate for you. In case you were wondering, life path 2 and 7 is ruled by the moon. Okay, so we're going to take a look, like I said, at the energy coming through, and then it's going to be a good day. Of course, if you haven't read weekly horoscopes, or if you want to look at anything pertaining to my website, book a reading, include the description box below. If you missed my live yesterday in terms of my world predictions, then make sure that you check that out because there is some interesting information there. Okay, so let's get to it. All right. Okay, I just got a name. I'm getting an Emily. So an Emily will be possibly watching this, or something about an Emily may have something to do in your life during the month of September. I also was getting the letter V, but I was I heard Victor. Okay, so that could be a name, or it could even possibly be some of you Cancers having some sort of success with something after you went through some sort of defeat. Okay. I'm also getting Onyx. So black onyx in terms of the crystal may definitely be good for some of you guys to carry around. Some of you may even have this already in your home. Maybe you don't realize it. So dig around and try to find this. Black onyx, rose quartz are coming through very strongly. So those could definitely be crystals that will be of help to you during this time. Okay. First card out, 4 of Cups. All right. So you're not really happy about the environment that you're in right now. It gives me more so of the home life. However, some Cancers also are feeling bothered because someone will not be keeping a secret. Because I do see this energy where you're going to be telling somebody something, a private matter, when it possibly pertains to something about your body, something tied to an image, or something about your brother, who, whatever this secret is, you're going to be telling it to someone. So here's you, I feel like, getting irritated because this secret gets out. But some of you, this may not even be you telling a secret to somebody. This could be your own doing, where you're having a hard time keeping things to yourself. It's almost just like, I just have to tell somebody. Somebody's just got to know. And then when you get to the point where you're trying to get this off the ground, you can't. Some of you may possibly be feeling frustrated or irritated because somebody could be stealing your idea if you're trying to start a home-based business. But I am getting an energy of a lack of movement for some of you guys. Some of you guys are upset because you're not able to move from the house that maybe you've been in since 2014, 2018. It definitely seems like you've been in the same spot for some time, which it could definitely be a good thing in a way because stability and you're in one spot. But others of you, it's almost like you've been ready to go. You may be having issues when it pertains to uninvited guests, issues possibly with neighbor. Some of you guys have been having extreme issues when it comes to a water bill, that maybe there's like some sort of leak or something that you don't necessarily know about. So it is worth investigating into. So this could definitely be a vibe of fluctuation whenever it pertains to bills. So some of you need to find a way to try to like crack that in half, or find a way to like whatever it is that you need to do. With the number 4, some of you may even be dealing with a Leo, because we have Sun energy coming through. Life path 4, life path 1. You're not happy, but it does feel like you're not happy, possibly with a father or some type of person in your life. Family, or you have a family with them. Someone has stopped giving like they did in the beginning. But also some of you guys, some cancers are on probation at work for something. Maybe you broke something or you made some sort of mistake. So it could be one of those things here where they had no choice at this point to give some sort of consequences. So this also could be energy here of some of you guys thinking about moving on to a different company, or that could be why you're thinking of like trying to start some type of home-based business because you've gotten into some type of disciplinary action at work. That's only for a small select few of you guys. But even outside of that, it does seem like you're just bored, unable to see forward because you're stuck in this energy of looking at what you don't have right now. Even though the 3 cups on the ground is letting you know that there's plenty of things to be grateful for, but it's that 1 cup that you feel like is not being offered to you that's bothering you. So we definitely do have some ungratefulness coming through. Resilience to change, resilient to accept other offers. You know, because it is coming through as well where someone feels like they're above the offer that's being given, even though they've been begging the universe for offers. It can't be both ways. You can't ask for something and then when you get it, it's like, nope, not that, something else. You know, and I'm not saying, of course, if it's something that you get and it's shitty, I get that. But this doesn't really seem like it's a shitty opportunity. It definitely seems like it's something new that can be built on. But that could be the issue as well. Some of you don't want to build. You want to be emotionally fulfilled right now. And you don't understand why I can't be emotionally fulfilled right now. Because the 4 of Cups is also an energy where it's like good, but not great. Like you could be better. Or it's like you don't even understand how good you could be if you would just put the effort into it. Because I'm also getting some I'm also getting some cancers are dealing with laziness, bouts of laziness. In terms of you are lazy for like 2 days in a row and then you want to work and then you know, so a lot of cancers would really just like to maybe some cancers really just want to be at home, do nothing, and I still get paid for it. Well, I mean, that's just not the way the world works. Some of you, very, 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 very few can get lucky like that, but this ain't you. Okay. I mean, hey, but at least not right now. Who knows what can happen in the future? But also, speaking of the future, some of you guys are so stuck in the past, the future just keeps looking more bleak as the days go by. That could be where laziness is coming from. Having a hard time picking yourself up or having a hard time seeing kind of like the silver lining in things because you're too stuck on how things were in the past. Some of you cancers are definitely products of divorce, or it definitely feels like one of your parents were not with you whenever you were growing up. Even if a parent got remarried or whatever, your biological parents, one of them was not in the home with you. And that has played a part in your life. But some of you guys, you're using it as your crutch to not move forward. Well, I don't want the same thing to happen to me. Well, at this point, that's what you're looking at because you're so consumed on trying not to make that your story instead of just going with the flow, changing what you can change. You know, fixing what you can fix. But this also moodiness, which is not shocking because the moon. But anyway, some of you are also not satisfied with some sort of institution's answer. Because I talked about it yesterday in my live where I said the moon is tied to inherited wealth. Some of you have been waiting on some type of money to come in from some sort of institution and you're still waiting, or the money that will be coming is going to be smaller than what they put on paper. It may be going to some sort of debt, but also with the 4th house casting a shadow on the 10th house, that goes back to me saying a lot of you are just not happy with your career. You want to make a change, or some of you guys aren't even putting in steps to go towards a different career or make changes because it's like you're too stuck in this just like, my lip is poked out. Because it always gives me the vibe like there is progress being made, but you just don't see it. This is the progress, these 3 cups right here. Some of you are not happy that somebody hasn't offered engagement or to move in together. So, and because of that, because they haven't offered that, I see some cancers will actually be sticking their toe in different waters. So it's a possibility of infidelity or cheating on the board. Gives me more so emotionally speaking, but I'm not saying it has to be a fact, but that is coming through. It kind of gives me the vibe like some of you are trying to prove a point to somebody. So you may go to extreme measures when it pertains to emotionally connecting with somebody else. Likely it's going to be somebody from your past who you and this person had an argument over before, and they kind of, and things got a little bit heated. So some of you guys, some Cancers, will definitely be a little bit manipulative this month in terms of trying to get somebody back because you feel slighted, because either they said they didn't want to marry you or they haven't said that at all. And so you're kind of just like, you're frustrated. You don't know what to do with these said emotions. Okay, next card. Booyah. Thank you. 3 of Swords. Yeah, the disappointment. I don't see any offers coming in this month, especially for those of you that are trying to look for a new job. I don't see any offers coming in, and it feels like there's no offers coming in because the energy, the cards are asking you to try to make it work where you're at. For some, not everybody. Because like I said, some Cancers, it's like you have it. You're looking right at the cups that you asked for in terms of fulfillment when it comes to your career. But something has transpired where it is taking you out of, reality in a way where you're kind of like daydreaming. And there's nothing wrong with daydreaming. There's nothing wrong with like wishing on things. But some of you guys get too far gone that you start to lose. You start to lose it. You start to forget that, wow, I'm actually good at this. If I could just put some more effort in, I could be great. But some of you guys don't see it that way. It's like, well, I'm just bored with this. And some of you Cancers, some of you, even if we go back and look at your resume, you may have like a whole bunch of different jobs because you're always feeling unsettled. You've possibly been in this 4 of Cups energy a long time, because also this is an energy as well where you're struggling to close chapters. So that would make sense. Leaving too many doors open because you really don't know what the hell, some of you really don't know what the hell you want to do, or you already found it. You're just not appreciating it. But once it's gone, it's gone. And I'm talking about work, but some of you guys, it could definitely be family. A family's being broken apart in some type of manner as well. Some of you are straddling the fence with breaking up a family because this hasn't moved forward to a deeper level of commitment, which could be, like I said, moving in together. Who knows? Maybe getting a dog. Who knows? Maybe wanting to have a child. Whatever. Some of you, it could also be this person not introducing you to people in their family. That could be where the 4 of Cups could be coming from in the 3 of Swords. It's weird. I said some of you are having issues with your neighbors in the 3rd house, the house of neighbors, younger siblings, short trips, communication. You're not gonna be doing that great when it comes to saying how you feel this month. And if only because the 4 of Cups, this frown can be turned upside down if you would talk. But some of you, as soon as there is a rebuttal to what you say, you give up. Lack of communication. It's an energy here where for some it's like, if you always think we're arguing, then you're not good at communication. Everything isn't an argument. Even if I call you out on something and it's not in a negative way, that ain't an argument. That's not like, an immediate reason to go, rah, and turn this into this whole big debacle. No. So some of you guys struggle with communicating because you take somebody coming back at you, instead of them just accepting what you're saying, you taking that as, I need to get in defense mode. This is about to be an argument. No. It's like there's this energy here, either you or somebody. It's like you're not above the law. You're not above criticism or correction. Okay? But anyway, I just heard heart palpitations. So some of you are having some type of chest pain, issues when it comes to lungs, breathing. Feels like it's more so the air quality. Some of you had to be very careful within this first week of the month, because there's this energy here where you may be walking around with like a cloud, a dark cloud. It's like your sadness is following you. I do feel like that people will be asking you what's wrong, but you just don't want to talk about it. But then at the same time, in your mind, you're just like, man, I really wish somebody would just ask me what's wrong. Some of you also have to be very careful about expecting somebody to read your mind. Yeah. See, that makes sense why I say I don't see any new offers coming in during this month. Some of you are definitely in separation. Maybe since April. Could even possibly be July or June. So April, June, July, some of you guys could have went your separate ways with a Libra, Leo, Virgo. Yeah, it's like wish unfulfilled. But it goes back to me, saying, I think I said it yesterday, it's like, be careful what you wish for. Some of you are actually trying to manifest this separation to come back whole again so you and this person can reconcile. But energetically speaking, it doesn't come across like that's really what you want. It may be what you want because you don't necessarily want to be lonely. But there's also comes an energy here where a lot of you guys, I'm going to say a lot, some of you that have been in this connection and you're separated, you had a lot of complaints. And then the universe stepped in and separated this situation. And now those complaints that you had, that they're deal breakers for you, now all of a sudden it's okay. No, it's not. It's not truly okay in your heart space. You're trying to make it okay so that you don't have to start over elsewhere, which I get it. Starting over sucks, no matter who you are. It's a long, grueling process. However, at this point, some of you guys, that seems to be the best for you, energetically speaking, to start over. Some of you have still been unable to start over after being separated or divorced, whatever, from a long, long time ago. It's like you keep looking for perfect, because that's what happens to Four of Cups too. That need of perfectionism. Some of you may be Cancer rising, so that may specifically resonate for Cancer risings. But this also gives me a vibe as well of abundance. Some type of, okay, there will be some sort of break in abundance during this month. Some of you will feel frustrated because you also will feel like people are just not listening to you. There will be complaints made about neighbors, peers, or somebody that you may have to share an office space with. But I do feel like that these reports will go ignored, likely within the first couple weeks of the month. So I'm not saying if it gets ignored, just completely throw it away. No, you may just have to wait till later in the month to try again. But the way to turn this Nine of Cups upright is you got to get out of your head, number one. Number two, you got to try to find a way to let this pain that you're hanging on go. I do get some Cancers, you're hanging on to a pain of a rejection because there was a job that you wanted and you didn't get. And you really thought that, yes, I know I'm going to get it. And then it turned out that they went with somebody else and you don't know how to let this go. And maybe this was like your dream job. Maybe this is something that you wanted to do for like a long while. And when you finally got the chance, it just didn't come through. Something about a butcher. Feels like some of you Cancers, this may be far in the future. You may end up getting a farm, or you may possibly think about here recently, kind of like starting your own garden or trying to like do your own food. So some of you may get a farm, so it may be cows or pigs or whatever. But some of you guys in the future, that may definitely be something that you will accomplish. But that is like 7 years from now, because I just heard 2028. Okay. Anyway, there we go. See what I say? That perfectionism type of energy has got to go. You can't be perfect. It's just not. It's not gonna happen. And because if you're trying to shoot for that perfectionism, it's keeping you from seeing the beauty in something that's right in front of your face. Some of you may just, and even if it's a partner, some of you guys may possibly be realizing this now. There was still a sense of beauty in your face. And the things that you may have been complaining about were probably petty. Because the Four of Cups can definitely be petty, without a doubt. Okay? Because, and I only say that because the bad side of the Four of Cups is he lacks accountability. So it becomes the energy where you're trying to throw it off on somebody else, make it somebody else's issue because you don't want to take accountability for the mistakes that you made. Star. Okay, so this totally gives me a vibe like there still is light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how bleak it may look right now, no matter how rainy, or some of you guys got to get rid of this rain cloud, because it almost comes across like even before you even get to your destination, it's almost like energetically somebody where you're going can feel it. Like, oh boy, here they come. So some of you guys, maybe you don't realize that you're carrying this. Now, others of you are likely carrying this because you're grieving. There's a sorrow. Okay, because you may have definitely lost a mother. Or you may have lost, some of you Cancers may have possibly lost almost like 4 family members in the last 17 months. So I know that's heavy. But again, like I said, you got to try to find a way to turn this Nine of Cups upright. Find something, draw, paint, walk. Some of you Cancers need to really try to get outside more, connect with the earth, which you need that. Your water, you need earth. You know, you can't introvert yourself and, you know, and try to find balance that way just by staying indoors and confining yourself to the 4 walls, because some of you guys are doing that right now. It's almost coming across like the life is like been taken from you in some type of manner because you're struggling to get over this 3 of Swords energy. I actually do feel like some of you Cancers feel slighted because some type of promotion or job or whatever it was taken from you. Snatched, you feel like it was snatched from you by somebody, whoever. Or you may have let somebody get in your head and then you couldn't perform like you were supposed to. Okay? Anyway, star. Friends. Some of you, if you're in a separation, I do feel like that you will be connecting with friends or you will try to use friends later on. It may not happen in this month, but the energy is coming through that this is something that you should try to do. Try to reconnect with these groups of friends who could be like your soundboard, who could be somebody to talk to. It's almost like some of you are like holding back tears in a manner when people come to you and talk to you possibly about good things that are happening. And then immediately you're getting sad because like, wow, why not me? Why is it not happening for me? But that could also be what your drawback is. You're focusing too much on why is it not happening for you instead of trying to figure out, okay, it is going to happen for me. It's just not right now. And that's okay. Okay. Anyway, now we do have energy here tied to social media. Some of you Cancers, career or whatever may possibly be tied to social media, broadcasting, journalism, or this could be something that you're thinking about getting into during this month of September. We do have Aquarius energy here. So I am getting a sense of popularity because also the moon does rule over popularity contrary to popular belief. Aha. So some of you guys, I do feel like that either you've lost credibility or popularity, or you're so focused on getting this that you're losing it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not shining through like you would because you've become too consumed with when is the cup going to come? When's the cup going to come? Focus on these. Booyah. I just said there's like no movement in terms of engagement, moving in. There will be something that will be called off. Feels like a party. Some of you, it may possibly be an engagement that may be called off if it hasn't happened already. I ain't gonna lie. Some of you have to be very careful that you don't fall into like bitterness. But either way, back to where I'm going here. Some of you will be trying to reach out to friends to see if they can help you in terms of like a job, if they have job openings or something of that nature. See, that's why I said that light is gone somehow. Some of you are dealing with life path number 3s, but without a doubt, a third party has ruined the situation. Or some of you guys, you jumped the gun, you assume there's a third party, and now you got slapped in the face because now you don't want to apologize and then take accountability that there was no third party and you looked foolish. You foolishly accused someone of a third party and there was no evidence. None of that happened. So some of you may be having difficulty swallowing your pride. You know? And now you turn around and just like, oh man. But I'm still going to be hopeful that we'll be able to reconcile. Well, the cards right now are saying no. And this may be a situation where some of you guys, this person, you may have accused them multiple times. And it just gotten to a point where now they're fed up. Even though you're still trying to remain hopeful. Some of you, if you're still with somebody right now, even though it's a rough patch, it does give me this vibe as well, where there will come a time in the future where you may see a glimpse of hope in this connection. Some Cancers are actually living in separation, but you're telling people that you're not separated, and yeah. But anyway, somebody's also having regrets. Some Cancers may be having regrets about going to some type of party or some type of event, because now you may definitely be having COVID symptoms already or coming up. So that could be where the regret is coming from. So be very careful. Again, check the predictions I posted yesterday. Yep. See, I just said the cards are coming through saying that it doesn't look like that you and this person are going to reconcile. But see, the issue that we have here is we have a connection that seems like it was bred off of a good idea from a friend, or maybe you should give this person a chance. But it just seems like that going against your better judgment, you try to give this person a chance, but they're just not fulfilling you. It's not satisfying. Maybe at one point it was. Now, this may just be energetically what's happening during this month. Not saying, like I said, the frown can't turn upside down. But right now, it just does look like some of you may feel like you're getting hit or you will feel like you're getting hit in more than one way. Emotionally, and when it ties to your finances. But honestly, finances for some of you guys may definitely be okay. But it may be your finances may possibly be getting lower. So now your mood is starting to change, but not necessarily saying that like you're in a dire financial need. But some of you guys, your mood is attached to your finances. So that could be where this moodiness or this energy is coming through of feeling unfulfilled because your bank account is low. And now you may be taking it out on somebody that's close to you. But some of you have been doing this for a long time. I do get the vibe. Somebody is fed up. Either you or the other person, whoever's doing it. Yeah, you don't feel comfort. You don't feel at home. Some of you guys, like I said, you're ready to leave the home that you're in. Needs a lot of repairs, or it's just like issues going wrong. However, you can't leave yet. But I feel like the energy here is saying keep hope alive, especially with the Star card. Don't just get down like, oh my God, I'm stuck here forever. No, you're not. You just can't do it right now. You know, everything doesn't have to be a breakdown because you can't do it right now. You'll be able to do it when the time comes. Yeah, work. I already said it. Some of you guys are not satisfied with your work, but I honestly just feel like you're not really being grateful for what you have. So it's coming across as a dissatisfaction. It's coming across like you need to do something different. You need to, occupy a different space. You need to take up a different opportunity. It's like you feel maybe somebody that was like you shared an office or desk with has already moved on to something new, and they're like, all happy and stuff like that. And you're like, I want that. Queen of Cups. Okay, so therapist. Some of you could be restarting therapy, or therapy may be put on the table when it pertains to trying to fix a relationship. Okay, but also the Queen of Cups, empathy. Some of you, the issue is you want somebody to keep like accepting how you are when you're bad emotionally, if that makes sense. So if you keep going off on somebody because they're not moving the way you move, or way you want them to move, or they're not being a hopeless romantic exactly how you would, and then that turns into you being upset and stuff like that. It's almost like vibe that they're like, I don't want to put up with that anymore. So some of you Cancers have to make sure it's not an energy where you're wanting them to be like you. And then when they're not, then you turn into, well, something's wrong with you. That's not always the case. They're going to be them. And some of you have failed to realize that. Though some of you got into a relationship with somebody and they social climbed you. You were connected in some type of manner and they got together with you because they're a social climber. You already knew that because your friends told you that and you ignored it anyway. And now here we are and you're like, oh my God, how did I not see that? You did see it. You just didn't want to. Okay. Queen of Cups also, she can have, there may be some writing talents there as well. So some of you Cancers may possibly be thinking about writing. Ten of Cups in reverse. Yep, what did I just say? That makes sense. I kind of talked about it at the top. There's too many cards on here about trying to be a perfectionist. And because you feel like you can't be perfect, now you feel like you're failing. You're not. Ten of Cups, the need to be right instead of listening. I talked about that before. issues with communication. Some of you is even coming, well, some of you, it could simply be you're just wanting everybody to listen to you. Yeah, there's definitely a no marriage coming through. Even if those of you that are married, it's not much of a marriage. Because it never really felt like home. It felt like obligation. And some of you, that could be an energy when it even pertains to children. Like, well, I feel obligated to do the right thing because we have kids and I don't want to, but that's admirable. But now, as time goes on, it's like, wow, man, I really should have just did what was best for me. Okay, so the 10 of Cups in reverse, that also could be a lack of direction, or even possibly feeling like that some of you guys are so emotional, you can't see your purpose. You're going to have to take a step back for some time during this month and just really think. Yep. 4 of Wands. So like I said, there will be a change when it comes to home, but it won't be now. Okay, there's the lack of happiness. There's that energy of thinking that somebody was perfect. And it's almost like now as you get older, it's like you can't stand this person. Even possibly for singles, the same thing still applies. The need to be right. The need for it to be perfect. The need for this person to be accepted by family and friends. All these fucking needs. But it's coming across where it's more so your needs. What about them? What do they need? What do they want? It can't be a one-way street. And some of you are making this a one-way street. Even whenever it possibly pertains to career. It's all about what you want to do, what you need, which is fine. But some of you guys, you're in a company and they're trying to accommodate your needs. They're trying to do this, they're trying to do that. But you're like, nope, not good enough. So you have to be very mindful about that. Because that energy will cause what? Separation. Because even if something was offered, you're like, I don't want to take that. Because why I didn't get the same offer as that person? Because that's not your offer. That's their offer. So some of you have to be very careful of comparing. Because you're comparing and guess what? It's slowing you down. You got to get back on track. Some of you, yeah. Look, the need to be right. It ain't that deep. Justice card, Tower, Ace of Cups. Oh yeah, divorce. Big time divorce. Some of you, if you're dealing with another water sign, divorce is happening. There will not be a reconciliation, which I kind of said that anyway. You guys just weren't right for each other. And I know that sucks, but even the cards here are saying this relationship was just not right. Or this connection that you tried to form, it just was not right. Especially with the Justice in reverse. And the Tower in reverse to me isn't necessarily bad per se, but you withhold information. You withhold secrets. What started with the lie ends with the lie. But then there still is a light at the end of the tunnel, like I said before, with the Star. Ace of Cups. Renewal, new beginning. But I feel like that's a renewal within yourself. Yeah, you need to renew yourself. Take time for yourself. Focus on yourself. Some of you guys, you're struggling to do that. Because it's almost like your identity has become a relationship. Some of you are possibly afraid of public scrutiny because you've been together with somebody for so long. Yeah. Say how you feel. That's what pretty much ultimately led this down the rabbit hole where you couldn't come back from it. Nobody was being honest. There wasn't a brutal honesty like, you know what? I don't like that you do this. I don't like that you do that. I don't like how you I don't like how you communicate. Some of you guys, it's like complaining about petty stuff, but that's not the real issue. And then the real issue, whenever it's time to talk about it, you can't talk about it because now you don't want the feedback. Some of you will have to appeal a case. When you appeal a case, I do feel like that you will have, when you appeal a case, I do feel like that you will have better luck. Some of you definitely keep your finances private. I don't really feel like this is the time for you to be trying to invest in something new. Some of you are definitely trying to go backwards to something from your past when it pertains to wealth or money. And it doesn't seem like this is the right time to do that. So you should definitely think this through first. What I say, your emotions are affected by your finances. There will be some sort of loan that will come through, or yeah, gift, whatever this is that will come through. It won't be until the end of the month. What I say? If you're dealing with if you just recently separated from another water sign, this connection is over. Especially if you were married, alimony, divorce, child support, yes. Reconciliation, no. No matter if you offer relationship counseling, no. It's still not going to uphold. Still go to the counseling if you and this person want to have a good co-parenting relationship. But outside of that, no. So, yeah, it doesn't look like it's... I mean, I know you're trying to be hopeful, but it doesn't necessarily look like it's promising for those of you that have broken up or separated with somebody. I'm just being honest. It seems like that... You know, this may be the last thing that has to be cleared out. Some of you that are still in a relationship, you better be careful because, wow, like energetically speaking, it seems like something is like not doing well. It's getting close to the end. So you're going to have to try to find a way to dig yourself out of that, or probably by February or May, you and this person may be going your own separate ways. Okay. Anyway, so... Cancers, this has been your reading for the month of September. Hope it helped and see you later.